Hello everyone, this is Robbie2977. We're going to be playing The Long Dark. Now right now it's on the Steadfast Ranger update. We're going to start out on Stalker difficulty level, and we're going to begin in Pleasant Valley. So we'll see where the game takes us to begin with, and hopefully not somewhere too far away. It's always interesting, it has these little sayings that have been written down from famous people. Now let's get started. Where are we? It's about middle of the morning, so I think we should be okay still. It's not too bad. But let's just find out where we are. Hopefully there's no wolves around. What I've noticed differently about this particular update is that it's very much more difficult to be climbing on a slope or on a slant of things. Before, you could be able to walk across the sides of mountains and it wouldn't be such a big deal. But here it makes it a little bit more challenging because you end up getting hurt a little bit easier than you would have before. Okay, here we go. I see some buildings, some structures over there. Oh, what would we see here on this tree? Okay, the bark has been rubbed away. Now that's a good sign that a moose is around the area, so we have to keep our eyes open for that. They won't attack if we don't provoke it, so we should be okay. We just definitely want to be careful so we don't have problems unnecessarily. Okay, I see a few more trees that are rubbed away, so he's definitely nearby. But I see something red up ahead that's catching my attention, and that's probably one of the farms. Yeah, I think I know what that is. I hope so. Any place as a shelter is going to be good for us. I believe that's near the main house of this particular region. Keep my eyes open for bears, moose, and definitely wolves. So I know there are wolves here. Okay, where are we? Let's just keep going. Get closer to the shelter. Okay. This isn't the main house, but it is one of the structures, one of the bigger structures of this particular region. Now we can get in. There's usually wolves around. Sometimes there are bears. We definitely have to be cautious in this particular area. Okay. Ooh, we made it. Now we can warm up a little bit. Or at least not cool down. We're still too cold in here. But let's see what we can find first. See what's lying around. Ooh, quality tools. Always necessary. Scrap metal. Use it to use repairs along with the toolbox. Let's see. I always check these little hidden areas. Sometimes there's a hatchet or a frozen corpse lying around. Something we can loot. Checking every toolbox. What do we find? Nothing so much yet. Ooh, what's this? Note left behind. As the plant goes to seed in the fall, a period of hibernation sets in until spring. As the weather warms, plant seeds into loose soil with plenty of sun. Keep moist but not wet. If the final frost has not passed, keep seedlings indoors at night, as a single shock of cold can stun, if not kill, young plants outright. Spread plantings out over several months to keep producing into the fall. Green leafy vegetables will survive the following winter indoors. Oh, that was nice. A contributor of backer 378-1. Oh, that was nice of them. But we take that note, add to our collection, and see where that takes us. Got a scarf. Let's see what he has on him. Nothing, unfortunately. But let's equip this scarf. Gives us a little bit of warmth. We're still going down. See, our temperature is suffering because of it. Nothing in the glove box. That's the thing, it's kind of a gamble sometimes. Either you find stuff a lot, or nothing at all, or somewhere in between.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
But usually the case is it's pretty much nothing. Equip that as well. Okay, it's locked, so we need a pry bar. Hopefully there's one lying around here. Sometimes, oh, we got a baseball cap. Not much it's going to help us with, but we don't need to equip it because we have 2
Hope I can
scarves.
still eat this.
But we can harvest it for cloth. Charcoal, definitely good for drawing maps. Come on, hacksaw, hatchet. Hunting knife would be great. And definitely got to pick up his food.
Could end up being useful.
Another scarf, so that's pretty good. It's not too bad. But we need some tools. I saw that little warning in the right hand corner for hypothermia risk. So let's go ahead and see if we can start a fire here. Fire barrel. Have any tinder?
Never felt so cold in my life.
Let's give it a shot. Hopefully it'll do something for us. Come on, light. Light. No?
Why didn't that work? Come on, little fire.
Inexperienced. Cured leather. A whetstone. Now we need a hatchet. Or a knife. Would be good. Let's see if we can make any more. We definitely need more tinder. There we go. We can make a tinder plug. Get a couple of them. There we go. The rolled up newspaper is good for getting tinder plugs. They provide you with 4. That should be good for the moment. But we'll see if we can be able to supply something else. Let's hold on a moment. Okay. We're about to exit this farmhouse and see if we can get to the other one, which is south from here. Oh, not good. How in the world am I supposed to escape that? Where'd he go? Oh, he's still there. Maybe we could rest a little. Wait him out. Is he still here? No. Okay, I think we can get away. Or at least try. Now sometimes there's a hatchet in these little outbuildings, so it's a good thing to check there as well. Sometimes there is. Sometimes you have to, it's worth checking out some of these little hidden places you wouldn't necessarily think. And we didn't lose much time. We're already here, might as well look. Okay, so nothing there. But one of the things too, there's, if you noticed before we showed up, there was this little archery target, and sometimes there's a couple of arrows, a couple of decent ones, sometimes some broken ones. And if we could find a bow, we'll be in pretty good shape. But I hear the wolves still around. They like stalking in this area. We don't have anything to defend ourselves with. But we can head south. Or what I call south, I think it's technically west. The map looks very strange compared to my sense of direction. Okay, we're getting close to one. Oh, matches. Oh, sheesh, there's 4 or 5. we'll be able to get away. Well, we'll try. I could hear it growling. We'll just try the best that we can. Keep running, and there's no way we're going to be able to outrun it. Ooh, maybe I'll get that deer instead, but nope. The deer's going to be faster than I am. Where is he at? I don't see him. I see him. He's at the distance. Hey, you think that you'd have the deer as being as bait, but no, the deer could outrun me. I think the growling is gradually dissipating, so that might be good for us. As long as there's not another wolves on the other side of this hill, close to the other farmhouse. That is definitely a possibility. But there's no way we're not gonna. We need to get to that farmhouse. Might have a better chance of finding better equipment. Yeah, you can see them off in the distance to the right, far right. They like to be in this area as well. And the bear will come in this area too, but since he's pretty much quite a bit of ways, we should still be safe. So we can let's go ahead and try the basement first. Whew, that was a close call. Those wolves were on me. I don't think I've ever seen them be together in 5 or 6 at the same time. Another quality toolbox, but we're okay. One is enough for the moment. Probably not going to be able to use it anyway. Lantern fuel and accelerant. Always good to be able to help start fires. Check every locker that you can. Ooh, still need a pry bar. So that'll definitely be something to check on later. Filing cabinet's always good. Stacks of paper, sometimes jerky and soda. So those are always good places to check. It is tedious at times, but absolutely necessary in survival in this game. Gloves, yes. Gloves are good. Anything to add and keep warmth in. I'm never gonna say no to. So we got a book that we could be able to research later for ice fishing, and we were able to get fishing tackle, fish hook with line, and it's not only good for fishing only. It's also good to be able to sew and repair clothing. So you don't always need a sewing kit, but if you run out of sewing kit, feel free to use the fishing tackle. Okay, now that we've searched the basement, let's get into the main house. There's like 3 different entrances. This one has a little patio closed in. I always make sure that door's closed. I don't want an animal running in trying to get me before I get into the main house. Ooh, there we go. See? We ask, and one appears. So we can go back down. I'll leave the door open for the moment. We'll be right back. And then we'll see. We can open up that locker. Maybe get a good, nice pair of pants, cargo pants, maybe a coat. Who knows? But if they're locked, usually some good loot is in there.
This'll come in handy.
Ooh, yeah. Not in the best condition, but they can help out. Okay, let's go back to the house. Let's see what's in there. Yeah, I've noticed in my experience here in Pleasant Valley, the temperatures dropped quite a bit compared to some of the other regions, other than in Timberwolf Mountain, which is absolutely freezing. Most of the other ones you could still be able to get away with. Sometimes even lightly clad, but a blizzard in any area is pretty much gonna sap all your heat and energy pretty quickly and run down your health.
Could be useful.
Yeah, here you eat anything. Dog food, let's take it. Pork and beans, nobody's gonna hear our farts or smell them, so we should be good. Now, I like to collect cooking pots. They do add extra weight, but the capacity to be able to cook meats as well as being able to have probably a half a gallon of snow that you melt into water and then purify is much better than trying to cook into the individual cans. But early on, when your levels are pretty low towards the beginning, it's best to steer clear of some of the lower percentage foods, because you have a better chance of getting food poisoning. And if you don't have any antibiotics or have the ability to rest or reishi mushrooms, then it's pretty much you're gonna die, because you need to take those pills and then rest, I believe, 10 hours before that food poisoning can even be cleared up.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay. Lanterns are always good. You need them. Oh, and balaclava. Balaclava. Definitely equip that. Oh yeah. The more you have more chances of catching frostbite if you have parts of your bodies exposed. Hands,
I'll be hungry later.
head, face, feet. Okay, and if you notice down here is a magnifying glass. Magnifying glasses, in my experience, haven't been very useful. You think that they would give you 100% lighting in the sun, but that doesn't always is the case. So I just tend to leave those behind. I mean, you can pick it up if you want. It's completely up to you. It's completely optional. But then again, you're not obligated. Matches always work best. Wood matches are better. As well as, which is most importantly,
could end up being useful.
Oh yeah, what do we have here? A rifle. Oh yeah, now we struck gold. Now we need ammunition. Oh, if you could only use a revolver ammunition in the rifle. But we'll find some pretty soon.
I better take this food.
Maybe we'll find the revolver too. Any place that you can find, looks like they get store items, check. Check everywhere. Take as much time as you need. Be able to search in different places. And you'll find items kind of hiding, kind of thrown around corners. But every drawers are always good. Very important to examine. Backpacks, closets. Sometimes even under the bed, something like you notice here, you have a ski jacket. Just stuffed under there, you wouldn't normally notice it. Definitely gotta keep an eye on that thirst. Soda's always good for calories and to quench the thirst. Kind of like in real life. Even though we're supposed to be drinking water. But hey, it works. I survived as a kid that way. Hardly ever drank water. Mostly soda. And I guess that's why I'm paying for it now. Toilet water. Definitely wouldn't drink it in normal real life. Who knows the last time it was clean, if it ever was. But it could help. Now this is always funny. A sink on top of a table, like an end table drawer, with actual drawer. So it's like, where's the piping? But that's alright, it's a game. So I won't make such a big deal about it. But I just thought it was interesting. curtains are always good. You get this. These curtains will yield 3 different cloths. So the cloths can be used to mend clothing, as well as being able to make bandages, which bandages in this particular update are a lot more important because now you have to wrap up sprained ankles and sprained wrists. Not only just take painkillers as we used to in previous update. Okay, let's get rid of this scarf and put on the toque. Yeah, there we go. What else do we have to equip? Or can we equip? There we go. Wool socks are not bad. Check every room. Check anywhere you can find. That's why I like this particular farmhouse. It's in the middle of this region, and it's a good base of operations. Now you see that there was a little message notification on the right that there's increased risk of sprains. And the reason why is because we're carrying too much and because our energy is low. And that's why it seems like we're too much, because if you go to the screen, it says we're at 64.72 pounds with a capacity of 63.74. Normal capacity when you're not exhausted is 66 pounds. So that's why it'll decrease as our energy decreases. And if you're completely exhausted, your capacity will be at 33 pounds. You can still carry it, you just have a lot more chances that you will hurt yourself, and you can slow down. Now it's about evening, late afternoon. So I don't want to stray too far from this area. Like I said, it's a nice base of operations. I don't know if I want to get too far from here. But let's go back downstairs. See if there's anything else that we missed. It doesn't look like it. But we'll go back outside. Hopefully there's not a bear or wolf hanging out. Doesn't seem like it, so we should be in the clear. Should be a car. Yes. Cars are always good places. Sometimes they have the revolvers lying around. And that's always kind of strange. It's like, why'd you have it sitting on your front seat? But you never know. Dangerous places. Gotta protect yourself. Nothing in the back seat, so let's get in the front. Oh yeah, beef jerky. Always food's good.
This will come in handy.
Matches are always good. So we searched this vehicle, so we're good here. See if there's anything in this outbuilding. Yep, the wolves are still prowling around. Don't want to press it and put myself in a dangerous situation. Oh, there's nothing here. How far are those wolves? Yeah, they're not very close. They may not sense that I'm here, so that's good for us. Start our map for this particular region. Okay, so this is the farmhouse. And let's get back inside before it gets too late. Then things start getting crazy. Okay, ready or not, let's go outside. As we've seen earlier, we don't have any ammunition, so we definitely have to be very careful. And the only thing we have to be able to defend ourselves is the pry bar. We have no hatchet, no knife. We had to be very careful. And since we are on Stalker, they're going to be a lot more on top of us. And as we saw earlier, there were several more in a pack, which I haven't seen 5 or 6 together at the same time. kind of sprint through here. And we're going to head on up to the radio tower. The radio tower. And let's see where we go. But over here on our left, there is an abandoned vehicle. And again, any place that is a possibility that you could have pick up items, please feel free to check it. There's no sense in leaving it behind and try to backtrack too far away. Yeah, you see it up ahead. Rabbits in this area. If you ever wanted to set up snares near the farmhouse, that's usually a good area. Unfortunately, I don't like setting up snares. Like I said, this is just personal for myself because it's just too far away from the house and more likely to attract wolves, and you don't want to spring in upon them. Okay, nothing in the trunk. Let's see what we have in the back seat. Nothing. Okay, let's check the front. No, nothing. Let's check the glove box. Always check the glove boxes. Glove boxes and trunks. Always a good choice. Now we have one or two ways we can go this way where I'm facing. And we can take that way around. But that does open up a way to encounter a bear. And definitely several wolves on the way. I go this way along the road and take the other side. You do have to be careful about on the right side where the guardrail is. Wolves are sometimes close by, but you do have to be careful either way. Now this is a much longer way around.
Find some place to escape this cold.
Well, let's run. I know it's cold out here, Will, but we'll do our best to get through it. And just hang on in there. And for those of you joining, thank you for checking in. Again, this is The Long Dark. This is one of my personal favorites. I really enjoy this. I know on some of the discussion boards they talk about, well, why don't you make this co-op or multiplayer? I think for them to be able to do that, it has to be a much, much bigger open world. Now these are specific regions. But yeah, it would be nice. But sometimes you just want a game where you could just play it by yourself. And this is one of those. There's definitely plenty to keep you occupied. See if you can try to keep yourself alive for a good amount of time. And sometimes you're able to, sometimes you can't. Now we definitely have a sprain risk. And this is, you see the red indicator on the bottom right. We'll have to be careful, but it's most likely we might get a sprained ankle. And sometimes a sprained wrist, which is kind of odd because you're not walking on your hands. But probably you slip and then you land. Yep, there we go. See? Sprained wrist. Let's see. Uh-oh. Thought I had some painkillers. I guess not. Well, at least we can do is wrap it. Yeah. So we'll place the bandage on the actual fall part. The pain, that's where you put your painkillers. But you do have to be careful because sometimes if you apply it incorrectly, then you've just wasted a dose. Well, I got another bad ankle. Well, I forgot to craft some bandages, but we're going to do that right now. Because I have plenty of cloth, so we're okay there. But we are freezing. So we'll definitely have to get to some shelter pretty quick. And a couple more minutes, we should be able to make it up to the top where the radio tower is. Sometimes there's a bear nearby, but it's less likely on this side as opposed to going the first way I showed that it's possible to get up here. I notice it does muffle the sound a little bit. I think that's because of the simulate that you're in pain. But I haven't heard him cry out. But you can see it does have a detrimental effect upon our health because the health meter is going down. Not by much, but it is noticeable. But it would be much worse if you were to be able to do, if you did that and not bandage up your wrist or your ankle or whatever was sprained. Now we have another opportunity, possibility that we get sprained, and hopefully not. But you can see that fallen tree or that misshapen tree pointing that way. Okay, that's where we want to go. Okay, I just heard wolves howling, but it sounds still kind of distant, so I think we should be in the clear. Now if we can get up here. We're getting there. You see the antenna, so we're on the right track. So we're definitely going where we need to go. And let's get up in there. Hopefully we can find some rifle ammunition. And if everything works well, maybe we'll find a revolver. We do have some revolver ammo. Okay, let's run our way up here. And definitely we could look around here. There are a couple of rose hip bushes which we will need if we want to get over the pain. So be sure not to miss those. And there's also some old man lichen hanging from some of these trees. So keep your eyes open. Don't want to miss that. Those are some points to keep in mind. But now we made it to the radio shack. Let's go on in and see what we can find. This, in my experience, has also been a place where you could find a lot of good loot. Ammo, rifles. I haven't been here since this Steadfast Ranger update, so I would assume... Oh, there we go. We got some painkillers. And a rifle cartridge. Let's go ahead and load you up. Even though it's just one, that's better than nothing. Let's see. Ooh, more rifle ammo. A pea coat. My goodness, I tell you, we're hitting the jackpot today. So it's a good thing we made the choice to come up this far. But keep your eyes open. Checking these nooks and crannies. Sometimes things are just lying around in corners. And sometimes they can be easily missed. But there's no opportunity we're going to get attacked, so we can take our time here. Ooh, and a packet of beef jerky. Ooh, yummy. That sounds really good.
This stuff will come in handy.
Wood matches, always good. Okay, I don't see anything underneath. So I think we've probably gotten most of the ammo, and probably not all of it, and probably got all the ammo in this area.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I know. That's okay, Will. We'll just do the best you can. Ooh, insulated boots. Those are better. I don't know what kind of condition, but oh my goodness, much better. See, there's definitely enough food here. Another toolbox and a fire striker, the best way to start fires. And then I notice on top of the microwave another sewing kit. I like carrying as many as we can.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Ooh, and I think I see another rifle cartridge. Yeah. Emergency stim. Nice. I tell you, we're making out like bandits in this area. Work boots. I'm not gonna need them right now.
Could end up being useful.
Okay, what else? Ooh. And I noticed that this is the first time I noticed it said firearm cleaning kit. Usually that was just it used to say just rifle cleaning kit, but it works for both. And you want to definitely keep your weapons in tip-top condition. let's see what we can do. Let's see what we could equip ourselves with. Yeah, let's get the pea coat. Ooh, nice. Stylish. And definitely useful to us. And let's see what else. Let's go back outside. Load up all the ammunition we have. So we have 7 rounds. So definitely want to keep an eye to use those wisely. Out on the side of the Radio Shack, there is a fire barrel. I use that for cooking, making melting snow into water, whatever we need to do. And I see some crows flying around out there. It means there's a dead body. Let's check it out. If we could reach him, cool. If not, then probably not worth our time to do that. Okay, he's probably too far down. No way that we would be able to climb back up, and I don't really want to climb down there. So let's go back this way. Oh, you're getting tired too, huh? We just barely got here. Is it even noon? It's barely noon and you're already yawning. Oh my. Well, that's what happens when I sprint a lot. I'm still affected by... No, I think my pain has gone away. Oh, so we're good. We're good with the pain, so I don't have to waste any painkillers yet. Okay, let's harvest these. Nice. Okay. And then when you actually cook up prepared rose hips, they actually count towards the cooking skill. So keep that in mind if you really want to cook the rose hips or the reishi mushrooms. Those will definitely count towards your cooking skill. So that's always
anything right now.
Good tip. Okay, well, let's see what we can. What do we have? What do we have to eat? Okay, energy bar. Love those. Okay, and a couple of sodas to balance it out. Have a balanced diet. Can't just be all healthy all the time. Soda ain't gonna hurt you too much. Okay, the wind is picking up. Definitely want to not start a fire because that'll just blow right out. You can start a fire on the side where you have a wind block. And this is a good area to be able to do that. But we don't really need to make anything at the moment. But we're about 3/4 of being tired and exhausted is gone. Okay, we're inside. So let's see what we can do. Let's try to harvest some of these other items. Get some cloth from them. And it helps you to warm up because you're inside at the same time. So kind of killing a few birds with several stones. And these cargo pants, definitely better than jeans. So we want to repair those. Ooh, nice, decent. Sometimes I like to be a snob and just do them to completely 100%, but it's if you get close enough, then cool, it'll still work. But we picked up a lot of clothing and other items along the way, so you could feel free to harvest as much as you can. If you like to use the radio tower as a base of operations, they have the lockers. There's plenty of storage here. But I don't like coming back here too often if we don't have to. It's not really central, so to me it's not that useful as a base. If I were exploring this particular part of Pleasant Valley, then sure, let's load it up. But to me, I like using the farmhouses. And what else we have here? We have a ragged ski jacket. Let's go to rip that to pieces and harvest as much as we can. And what else? What are we equipped with that we can try to repair? Okay, we got the other ski jacket. Okay, so let's go ahead and repair that one then.
It's like something is sapping my energy.
Yeah, you've been up, you're carrying a lot of weight, so we're not too far. At least we don't have to go to another area yet. So I think we're still in the clear. Plaid shirt's still good. Decent. 90%, so I'm not gonna stress over that. Okay, we could repair the gloves. Yeah, why not? We have leather hanging out, so we could do that. And I thought I had one. Oh, there we go. Ragged. Let's get these wool socks. Oop, failed. Yeah, like I've said before, some of these smaller items tend to be the ones that take forever to repair. You sometimes lose a lot of cloth. The ones that I hate is when you lose leather. I don't think I've experienced anything where I've lost a deer hide, but I'd rather not find out. I think the game is a little bit more forgiving on that part, but I'm sure there's been someone who's tried to repair something with deer or rabbit and whoops, it failed. And then you lose that. I don't mind losing cloth, sometimes losing some of the sewing kit condition, but oh well, that's all part of the game. Let's harvest this. Then we're going to get ready for bed because I'm completely exhausted at the moment. So let's go ahead. Again, we'll stick with the 10 hours. Pretty good average for myself. That's the way I like to do it. And then we get here, there's a blizzard going on outside. Yeah, definitely don't like to venture in a blizzard, let alone a blizzard at night. Not a good thing. Okay, dog food is moist and wet, and that didn't kill us or get us sick. We're good. So let's go ahead and sleep for another couple of hours. Maybe the blizzard will blow over. Most likely this one will last several hours. It's still kind of dark, but it's starting to light up pretty quickly. But I think at the moment then we'll just call this a day. So I hope everyone enjoyed, and thank you for watching. As we want to keep in mind, do to others that you want them to do to you, and don't be a non-main. Thank you for watching.